Snoochie Poochies, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Charlie, and today I'm going to provide you with my thoughts on non-spoiler review thoughts on Kevin Smith's latest movie, Clerks 3. All right, first off, I just want to go out just describe the plot, so essentially, or brief summary of it. Dante, Elias, Jay, and Silent Bob are enlisted by Randall to create a movie of his life after he suffers a massive heart attack. So that's pretty much what the story of the movie. So anyway, I loved it. It was awesome. It was fantastic. Loved it. It was hilarious. Had a lot of great funny moments in it. And it's also really sad and heartbreaking. I'm not gonna tell you why. The movie literally has heart to it, and that's literally the big theme of it. Because a lot of stuff that happened in this movie actually happened to Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, during a comedy performance, he suffered a heart attack called the Widowmaker. And that's a lot of the basis of this movie is what really, so there's a lot of inspiration from Kevin Smith. But yeah, great performances from everybody, like from Brian to Jeff to Trevor to Jason to Kevin to anybody that was involved in this movie did a fantastic job with it. Again, there were moments where you're laughing your ass off. Excuse my language, you're laughing. And then there's moments when you're really sad, and it's sad. It's like Kevin does a great job, like with the movie, with all the subject tones, what's going on. He does a great job molding everything into one, and I just got to commend him for it. Like, again, for a movie that's years since Clerks 2, we haven't seen these guys since Clerks 2, and to be able to do a movie that's based a lot on nostalgia, he did a fantastic job on it. So yeah, again, I definitely lots of cameos. I'm not gonna say who is, so there's a lot of cameos and there's a lot of references to all the past Kevin Smith movies. So if you're trying to see this movie, you're either in theaters, but probably by the time this review comes out, it'll probably no longer be in theaters. But definitely watch his past movies. Like, watch anything from Clerks to Clerks 2 to Mallrats. Try to watch as many of them as you can before going into this movie, because there's a lot of references. And I'm glad I watched these movies before going into Clerks 3. And because I was able to pick up on so many references, and again, you don't have to, because this movie is literally the highlighting all of other Kevin Smith's movies all in one. So you don't necessarily have to go into watching these movies, but it really helps to digest everything, because there's a lot of nostalgia to it, and it's great seeing a lot of these people that got to come back for this. It was tremendous, and again, it was a lot of funniness to it, and then there's some sad parts, and like I mentioned earlier, again, it's heartbreaking, it's sad, but it's also really good, and you just cherish these characters because you grew up with them, and like I grew up with these characters. My dad got me into Jay and Silent Bob, and it was because of that. This made me appreciate this movie more. Appreciate this movie more. Appreciate Kevin Smith for what he's able to do. Plus, being able to get to meet Mr. Dante Hicks himself and Jason Mewes back in 2016 at an OsloCon and getting a photo with them, just made me cherish and enjoy these characters a lot more. This movie is just fun. It's entertaining. It's something to turn off your brain and just have a good time and laugh. And he does a great job with all this. Again, if you enjoy Kevin Smith movies, if you've seen all the Clerks movies, if you've seen Mallrats, see Jay and Silent Bob, they're in this movie too, and they're of course they're great. Definitely, like, if you're gonna like this movie, if you don't even like Kevin Smith, you don't even like Jason Mewes or anybody like that, you're not gonna like this movie. It's as simple as that. Only if you're a Kevin Smith fan and you like these characters, knew them, grew up with them, or like I did, then definitely recommend checking this movie out. As well as, again, these characters have a special place in my heart, and I was really glad to have gotten the chance to go see this movie in theaters. It was just a great time. I definitely recommend checking this out, either whether in theaters or definitely when you're at home, because this movie is great. And then if I have to name a highlight, because everybody was great in it, it would have to be Elias. Elias, he's grown up so much since his teenager years in Clerks 2, and I would say he's a standout of this movie. But again, that's my thoughts. I loved it. It was a great movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. And I definitely recommend checking out if anybody has to see it in theaters. Definitely do it. If not, definitely watch it when you're at home. But that's all I gotta say on this one because I don't want to go into spoiler territory since this movie just came out. But don't forget hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.